So today I would like to review LingQ.com, the website, and they also have an app, and you spell it LingQ.com. And I'm going to disclaim right away that I know the owners. They also live in Vancouver, and I like them. They're awesome people. Steve Kaufman is one of the most impressive polyglots I've ever met, if not the most impressive polyglot I've ever met. Because, well, anyways, like, you know, if you don't know him, check him out. He knows what he's doing in terms of language learning, that's for sure. And well, so let me talk a little bit about the website now. And essentially, I'm gonna say right away that I personally find it perhaps the best language learning tool that one can find online. And why is that? Primarily because I believe that it's the only single place that I have found that I believe can take someone from zero to fluency, because of the quantity of material that they have. They have a very, very large language library with a lot of audio and text. Okay, and I think that audio with text is the best way to go for really learning a language. You know, you can only go so far with a lot of programs. There are a lot of programs that I really like, but I believe that they can't take you from zero to fluency. They can help you build a strong basis, but I find that they fall short when it comes to just really taking you all the way to fluency. And essentially, LingQ has a lot of languages available. They don't have every language in the world available, but most of the languages that I've dabbled in, or that I've essentially that I have become fluent in, they essentially have, and they have a lot of content for those languages. And like I said, I find it fundamental to have audio with text. And why is that? Because you can essentially read and listen, so you're improving your basically listening comprehension. You're expanding your vocabulary quickly because you're being exposed to new words in context, and I think that that's really important. Now, one disadvantage that I see with it, I may as well, you know, talk about some of the potential disadvantages that I see, is that unfortunately a lot of people that are starting to learn a language, they have a certain expectation about language programs and language websites, and they you know, because basically they've been taught in high school, okay, so when you're learning a language, you start with words like dog and boy, girl, whatever, the names of fruits and so on. So like these really basic things essentially, right? And what LingQ does is that basically the basic content that they offer usually already has short, basic conversations, which I personally find a lot better than essentially, you know, coming up with basic vocabulary that I won't use. Like I don't use the word dog in a language unless I'm talking about dogs, and I don't talk about dogs often in different languages. That's just an example, of course, but so, you know, so in other words, some people who are just starting to learn a language may feel like they may find LingQ a little bit challenging at the beginning. But what I would say to them is basically keep going, and try to develop the skill of learning through audio and text, because that's the biggest favor you can do when learning a language. And what else? Basically, I pay $10 a month for the membership. You can do it. You can actually be a free member, but then you only have a certain number of links, which are basically words that you're learning. I think there's a limit of 100. So there's, I believe, no limit when. So I pay $10 a month, and I use it a lot. I've used it for over 10 languages. Of course, I don't know them all fluently, but I've dabbled in a lot of them. So And there is content for basic, intermediate, and advanced levels. So one advantage is that you can choose whatever you want, essentially, to learn the language with. So if you like a specific topic, you can probably find certain topics that you like on LingQ, and they're going to be sometimes podcasts with text and audio that you can learn from. And so I personally find that really fantastic, because you can just focus on the things that you do like in order to build a vocabulary and establish a basis in the language. So another quick disadvantage that I'll mention, that that some people would, I guess, consider a disadvantage, is that there are a lot of different things that you can do with LingQ. There's actually also tutoring offered through LingQ, and there's different things that I personally haven't even tried. And some people that are, especially the less technologically savvy, may get a little bit intimidated with the website initially. But then you just have to be patient, but there's plenty of help, and basically like an introductory video that you can watch to see how everything works. And so yeah, I highly recommend LingQ. And you know, this is I believe that, although I know the owners personally think that this review is still unbiased, I'm able to give an honest and essentially objective review. And I think that LingQ is a tool that can definitely help language learners at every level. So there you go. So feel free to leave your comments and experiences with LingQ if you've had either positive or negative experiences, and we can discuss them. So there you go.